Well, good morning, everybody. I've got the compactor here this morning, got it dropped off. Got me a little sump hole dug up there to try to keep this water off me until I get my core trench up out of the ground. I'm gonna set you guys up here on the traco and we'll get to digging this bad boy out. Sorry. All right. So what we're doing here, guys, is really getting down to a good, nice good clay layer. That way when we come through here with our core trench, we can try and stop this water from going under the dam. And I'll kind of show you guys what I'm talking about when I get down in here. So I'm gonna dig it this way up the hill, and then turn around and cross the creek up there and dig it from the other side. So this just acts as a water stop. Make sure there's no gravel seams or stumps or roots or whatever the case may be, and you'll be able to tell. I'll get the GoPro down in there and kind of show you guys. Oh, that's not good. Where's that damn water coming from? Nope, we're gonna be battling some water. Not real sure where that's even coming from. Right there, I guess. Guess there's a little bit of groundwater in there. Not too bad. But basically, what I'm doing here is getting down to a layer that I'm comfortable with, that I can bind some good clay with. I've got to basically just look at the inside of that wall there, and if it's good and slick, which it looks like it is, we'll start coming up the hill. This is what you call a silty clay. It's just a really nasty layer of clay that is very water impermeable. So it does not, for the life of it, let water get through it. It's a great pond material. It's a great material to have in a pond bottom. Don't get me wrong. I'm not fussing about that at all. I'm just excited to be able to get good passage over to the other side of my farm. I hadn't been able to get across through here, but in anything but a bulldozer or this traco. So the reason I'm digging this so wide is because I've got a LGP bulldozer, and the blade's about 12 foot wide on it. So I've got to get this wide enough where the dozer will fit in the hole. That's the goal here. Guys, I'd say the biggest advice I can give you if you're trying to build a pond for somebody, for a customer, or whatever the case may be, don't don't cheap out on the core trench. If you think you're too deep, dig another 6 inches. Because you just never, I mean, you just really never know what's down there. My uncle's pond that I dug for him, he hired us to come out there and dig a pond for him. Everybody looked at the ground. Everybody was happy with it. Said, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect." We didn't have to worry about, nothing going under that dam. Everybody was good and satisfied with it and everything. And I was like, well, since I'm here, I'm gonna dig down another 6 inches. Well, there were four stumps, I guess, or tree. It was in a natural kind of ravine like this, where water had been running down through there, and lo and behold, there's four, I guess, stumps that had gotten, sediment washed over the top of them over the years, and that would have absolutely caused a bad leak. A horrible, horrible leak. So just pays to kind of dig down just a little bit more and just make double sure that what you're digging out is going to be adequate. Trying to get this water, the rest of this water pushed out of there. And then of course, I'll get down in there and I'll take the dozer and clip that bottom, clip it off. I think that's going to be wide enough. I'll trim it out with the bulldozer. It's just kind of hard to guess. This bucket's 4 foot wide, so 4, 8, 12. So I think that's going to be plenty there. But this this clay layer is so water impermeable that when the water tries to get out, it just has nowhere to go, because it can't escape. It can't escape out the bottom. Get down into the water table and do like groundwater normally does. It gets into the ground soaks it up, and everything's peachy. But this stuff's nasty. When I get this core trench dug where I'm happy with it, I'll get down in there and I'll kind of show you guys what I'm talking about, what to look for. Show you the good layer, show you the bad layer. Just hope I can get this dug and filled back in before my sump hole gives out on me. I probably didn't have to dig as deep as I did right here, but just wanted to make sure there wasn't like a vein of gravel or something. Say that's my biggest thing, is just let's dig down let's dig down a few more feet, that way we can make double sure that there's not a little hidden vein of grout, hidden gem down there that make our pond leak. See, there's a rock right there. Looks like my neighbor got all the dirt he needed. I was gonna take him a dipper of dirt up there with his Traco, but I think he got tired of waiting on me, so he decided to take matters into his own hands. Shoot, I'm good with it. Pretty good topsoil there. It's a little wet, but right there's a you know pretty good layer of blue clay actually. it'll turn a whitish color on you. That's definitely a good thing to have in a pond bottom. I don't think I'll have any issue with this thing holding water. It definitely stays wet down here all the time. I just hope my damn compactor comes in and out of this trench. The drum, I never had the chance to get the drum fixed where it would pull. So hopefully. Dirt's good and decently dry, so that's a that's a bonus. Be able to use this stuff for the back of the back slope and kind of hold the core in place. A little bit of gravel down there in that bottom. Not overly fond of that. I think it's just loose material. I don't think it's a gravel bottom or anything like that. But I'm gonna dig on down just to be double sure. I like to dig a slick wall on one side when I'm digging up through here, because it it shows me kind of what the material's like. I'll get down here in a minute and kind of show you what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. I'd say that's maybe the only bad thing about having an LGP dozer is I've got to make the core trench about 3 foot wider than I normally would. So, not the end of the world, but because I've got plenty of clay. There's a big knob where I'm gonna borrow all my dirt from up there, and then if I run out, I've got another spot back here that I can steal from. I'm not liking that rocky layer there. I'll probably take the dozer and dig that on out. Perfecto. That's a good sign there. The clay's coming up. That's what we like to see. We're getting pretty close to being out of the pond anyway, so. Oh yeah. When you once you've done this long enough, you can kind of feel the ground change when you're digging in the machine. Kind of feel how the resistance in the ground, how it changes. This old swampy dirt stinks now. Whew. Stinky. Dad piled this freaking junk up behind me, right in the daggum way. Try to knock it down a little bit where I can where I don't scratch my counterweight on it. may drive up on it. But it's right in the daggum way. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish digging this side out, take the dozer and blade everything off, and I'll turn this camera back on when I get the core trench dug out. And here, I'll show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. Let me walk where I don't walk under my bucket and get mashed. See how this wall down here is this? So you got this nasty layer here, this sandy stuff, and then you get down here to this where the wall smears. So it's like sandy, nasty, 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 nasty. That's what we're looking for. Just that good slick wall there. That will ensure that you seal this bottom off where the water doesn't go under your dam. Because let me tell you, it flat out will. When you build up enough pressure, it'll find a hole, and it'll make a real tiny hole, a pretty good size hole. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna finish digging this out, and I'll turn this camera back on when we get ready to start moving dirt. All right, folks, got the core trench dug a decent amount. Basically, what I'm gonna do now is just take the dozer and run down through here, make it good for the compactor to get in and out, and just basically make sure I got deep enough. They can push all this stuff up to the traco up there. When you clip your bottom off like this, you'll have a really good idea of what you got at the bottom. If it gets good and slick and hard, you're doing good. The trench a little wide, but that's all right. I'd rather be a little wide is not wide enough. Then you're stuck trying to make everything fit. topsoil and shit down in here when I was I mean, we're already way up out of the pond already right here. This is basically just me undercutting the road that way. Got a good base. Nasty little layer of something down in here. I think it's mine, but it's this weird gravelly layer. That I don't care much for, so probably good. I don't know exactly how I'm going to put my driveway in there. It's like a little vein of something. I can't tell exactly what it is, but I don't like it. I think it's just blue clay. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's perfect. Yep. I am perfect. Yeah, that's definitely clean enough, or deep enough. It looked like a rock layer, but it was turned out just to be another little silty layer of clay. Now what I'm gonna do is basically get this trimmed out up here where I can get the back dump down in here. Start filling that bottom in. Cut this out enough where the back dump can back down in here. That'll be perfect right there. Take and clean this off one time. Whenever I get ready to build my road, once I get the dam up, I'll tie it back into this. But I'm going to be making a lot of trips in and out of here today, so I'm going to try to make this nice and smooth for me. I'm going to let Dad run the track hoe because the back dump doesn't have any AC. One more guy out here I could pull down in there and dump, and then have the dozer man knock it down, and then I could just make the circle. But I ain't got nobody. Just me and old Dad out here today, so. Alright, let's walk down here and take a peek at the core trench, and then we'll start moving dirt. I got to charge my GoPro anyway. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this thing off because it'll shut off on its own anyway. All right, let's go down here and take a peek. Still kind of wet, spongy, but whatever. I don't know if I want to clean that off one more time or not. Well, guys, this is it right here. It's just a nasty, just blue, just a rocky blue clay layer. Hell, I think I'm deep enough. Water coming up out of the ground, so say there's rock down there eventually, but I got down deep enough. I know I did. We'll seal this off, and I got a little bit of stuff inside the wall here, but see how this smears like this? That's what you're looking for. All right, guys, we're gonna get to moving some dirt here. I think I've got this down deep enough where it'll seal off, so I'm gonna charge this camera a little bit, and I'll see you guys back here in a minute. Alrighty, folks, we are slowly but surely getting our bearings here. I'd say getting set up's the hardest part. Once you get set up, hell, you're good to go. It's just that compactor's giving us a little bit of a fit because the drum doesn't pull, so we gotta kind of stay down there and babysit it. But we're gonna load about 3 loads in the back dump here. Man, this dirt is incredible. Just absolutely incredible. Go put about 3 more loads down in there. I'll jump on the dozer, knock them down, and then jump on the compactor and mash them in, and just rinse and repeat about 50, 60 times, and heck, we might have a dam built. This is it. This is the times where I wish that I had a bigger traco to move more dirt. It was really weird. There was a big vein of clay out there that I'd been digging in, and then all of a sudden I just hit this like 3.5 foot thick layer of subsoil. That stuff that you see stacked up there to my left. And I was like, well, that ain't worth a damn. So I had to essentially back up and punt and figure out how I was gonna get it all moved around, because this first layer, first 2 or 3 lifts are very, very important. Getting a good seal down there, and I didn't want to mix in a bunch of nasty dirt, so had to rearrange some dirt a little bit. I'll get this dug out here in a minute where I can get my truck backed up onto me. It's just like I said, guys. It's a little difficult getting the cut set up, but once you get it set up efficiently, you'll start rolling. I should have been digging out behind the truck, but I need to dig this out in front of me where I can back on up, and because I'm rocking all over the place right now. All right, I'm just gonna let him go. There's a soft spot right there because I took and filled all that in. All right, folks, we are back from lunch. Got that lift compacted in, and got, I don't know, a couple more loads up there now. I'm gonna haul one more, jump on the dozer, go knock them down. It's coming up nicely. We're getting up out of the ground, which is good. Got some rain coming, maybe Saturday. Supposed to have some really pretty weather tomorrow, kind of like today. And so we're gonna try and get this dam up out of the ground where if it does rain, it doesn't cause any problems. I've got a sump hole dug where I can reach it from the top of the dam if I need to bail some water. Because sometimes that's what you got to do. There's a lot of times I've built ponds where I didn't have time to get the whole pond done, and the pond started filling up with water. So, and unfortunately, in this case, I've got to build the dam, so I've got room for all the muck. Basically just digging a big borrow pit here, and I'm going to take everything I dig out of the pond, all the muck and just that kind of siltier clay that you can't really use for anything. Just going to take and fill this borrow pit back in with it. May be soft for a year or so, but that's all right. That is okay. It's just sometimes you just got places that have really, really bad dirt. That's about all you can really say about it. Really, really good dirt up here on the hill. This whole knob here is perfect red clay. And about 30 yards down the hill is some of the nastiest, just awful dirt you've ever seen. So it all works out. A little bit of give and take, if you will. I'm not exactly sure. We may be able to get one more. I'll see where he dumps this one. In a little bit of a weird spot right here, trying to get this first pull done. Once we get it done, we'll be able to load a lot more efficiently. I won't have to handle this stuff at one time, dig it out, load it in the truck. Right now, I'm kind of forced to dig out for the truck, where the truck can get backed up to me properly, where I can get it loaded in there. So it's coming along good so far. And right there. Perfect. Stop. Yeah. We're finally getting it up flat enough where the compactor will come up out of there. I guess I need to... Oh my gosh. Sometimes this dang magnet on this thing is insane. I guess I need to go knock those down. See if my bulldozer stayed on. I don't think it did. This thing's got something wrong with it. It shuts down when it idles for like 10, probably not even 15 minutes, probably 10 minutes. I've been in it before when it did it. Not really sure why it did it, but it did. You guys see all right there? Oh yeah. Y'all just have to forgive my damn rattling ass door. It's hot as shit outside. I got the striker pin put in, but didn't end up having the right tools to change the door latch. This thing here, so those dogs are wore out on it. It makes it difficult to keep the door shut. It likes to rattle. So I ordered a set of Torx bits. It was a bigger torque bit than I was used to seeing. Not really sure what that was all about, but some bastard size that I didn't have. Truck's cutting down pretty good in this stuff here. But there's going to be, I'd say 5 or 6 foot on top of this here. So it's just wet. It's doing great down there where I dug it all out. Got down pretty low. I don't don't know that I'm a fan of the trash rack. I kind of was there for a minute, and then now I've realized that it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. So not exactly sure what I'm going to do about that. May cut it off. May just leave it. It's just aggravating. I hate the float on this thing. He's almost got it. He's almost got it just perfect. Just perfectly spread. He just, that first and second load there, they're getting a little too far apart from one another, so I'm having to back drag some of it. Having to back drag some of it back in there to where I can fill it in. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Our compactor is going to do a lot better job now because it'll back out of this hole more than where it should. The drum doesn't pull on it, so it makes it aggravating to mess with. I got a little wide over there. I didn't mean to. Pull up here and circle around just in case I got to push the compactor back out. It'd be nice when we get up really flat, then I won't have to worry about it. I need to go ahead and knock this down, blade it off in case it does rain tonight. It's dusty out. Try and not spill. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I'd say this is probably a pretty good height representation of how high the dam's going to be. Maybe just a hair shorter than this, but got some junky, some nasty material right here that I'm just trying to waste in this back slope. Basically, it was just all that rooty stuff that we pushed up. It's hard to mess with. It doesn't push like dirt. Trying to blade this off where it'll drain if it does rain. Won't just turn this pile into a big muddy mess. I may actually push that rooty stuff, just fill that. This is kind of some nastier ground right here. I may just actually take and just push it, clip all this off and push it down there into that hole. Just get rid of it. Oh boy. See how difficult it is to push these big old dadgum wads of roots. They're hard to grade out. Just make life a little aggravating. So I'm gonna push them in this hole if I can get them pushed around through there. You guys can't see, you're on the wrong side, but don't want to drive off in that hole just yet. Trying not to get too carried away, but I like things to be neat and look good, and right now the back of this dam does not look good. Trying to fill it in best I can right now. All right, guys, I'm gonna go back up there to the track hoe and load some more loads, and I'm gonna push all those roots and junk, finish filling that in. Oh, all right, folks, I'll turn the camera back on here in a little while when I get back up there and we get this dam on up out of the ground. actually take my tractor across the back of my property. Good mash here. Real good. Well, folks, that's day number 1 in the books. Got a borrow pit set up. There's some awesome clay in there. There's that soft spot we found in the back dump. Everything else holding up pretty good. It's just random little spots, but it's a miracle, guys. I can actually take my pickup truck and drive to the back side of my property. The road's a little bumpy. That's all right, I'll get it fixed. I'm just excited that I can drive to the back of my property. That's the first time I've done that. Absolutely. I love it, guys. I'm just absolutely over the moon. This is kind of where I'm gonna put my house, right up here on this knob. Dig me a little walkout basement. There's my neighbor's property. It's pretty over there. But yeah, guys, this is it. It's all coming along. Very, very happy with it. Pond dam's gonna be up soon, and it'll be looking pretty one of these days. But guys, that's gonna wrap up this video here. I appreciate everybody watching. If you guys made it this far, feel free to leave me a like down below and a comment. And if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel to keep track of the pond build here. But this is a pretty good day one, and we got a lot of work to do left, but I'm happy with the progress we made today. But yeah, I appreciate everybody watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Y'all stay tuned.